you think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine? Even if you call me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Ninjas and Nerds news segment of the show. I am your host, Treyez. Today we're going to skip the intro. Let's jump right into it. Came across this article by Screen Rant. Yes, I know I'm giving Screen Rant a click. My bad. Sorry. I'll do better in the future. But recently, Kevin Feige made some comments that were highly egregious, all right? And even Screen Rant is calling them out, albeit for the wrong reasons, but calling him out on the fact that it just doesn't make sense, all right? Recently, Kevin Feige was talking about the potential of superhero fatigue, which I agree with him. I don't think people are getting superhero fatigue. I believe people are just tired of bad content. And I think that Kevin Feige and Marvel has fallen into a slump of bad content. So Kevin Feige's recent defense of the MCU on the Movie Business podcast misses the point of superhero fatigue. Since Kevin Feige was named president of production for Marvel Studios in 2007, he has had a slew of both financially and critically successful films. He even received an Academy Award nomination for his work on Black Panther. However, the hype around the MCU is beginning to dwindle, especially after a decade's worth of films were tied together in Avengers Endgame at the end of Phase 3. Despite the success of Phase 3, the Marvel hype didn't transfer as smoothly to Phase 4. MCU Phase 4 introduced Marvel shows that streamed on Disney Plus to varying degrees of success. Instead of praise, people began to complain about superhero fatigue. Some of these criticisms stems from the films such as Black Widow, which many believe came too late in the MCU to hold any meaningful weight. Others criticize Marvel shows for being disjointed from the main MCU, both in terms of the interconnectivity and its tone. Those who complain of superhero fatigue believe the amount of content is too much to keep up with. I disagree with that. Mostly, it seems big-budget spectacle superhero movies are beginning to lose their original allure. Here's what Kevin Feige said. I've been at Marvel Studios for 22 years now. Over 22 years, and most of us here at Marvel Studios have been around a decade or longer together. And from probably my second year at Marvel, people were asking, well, how long is this going to last? Is this fad of comic book movies going to end? And I didn't really understand the question, because to me, it was akin to saying, after Going with the Wind, well, how many more movies can be made off of novels? Do you think that audience will sour on movies being adapted from books? That's an absurd comment, because the thing is, a book can be anything. And it's not bound by limitations. The problem with Marvel and Disney is that there are all these mandates. For one, all of them got to be family friendly. Like, you're trying to give us a family friendly Blade. Who the hell asked for that? You have yet to make a single rated R Marvel movie. The only rated R content we got was probably Daredevil on Netflix. And what do you know? It's like literally the best live action Marvel superhero whatever ever made, which they're about to ruin, by the way. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Also, there's all of these mandates for diversity and inclusion, all right? Nobody wants that. You keep trying to replace all of the heroes with female versions of themselves. This ridiculous inclusion of LGBTQ politics and gender swapping and race swapping and all of this stuff that nobody's asking for. And that's why it's going by the wayside. People are sick of it. So, that's the real reason. Kevin Feige needs to... and the thing is, I get the sense that he's the reason it's happening. So I just figured maybe Kevin has just always been a wokester. And here it says, Marvel does face a real challenge adapting to changes in popular culture. Kevin Feige's MCU comments also come across as out of touch with his use of Gone with the Wind as an example of a successful film based on a novel. His sentiment may make sense, but the Gone with the Wind is a particularly dated and problematic example. Hollywood has moved on from Confederate apology. and has chosen more contemporary novels to adapt. It seems superhero fatigue may come from a particular kind of superhero story, an origin story with an attractive white man at Bye, Screen Rant. Bye. I told you. While this type of superhero film may have proved successful in the late 2000s and 2010s, audiences are beginning to ask more from their entertainment. No, that is a lie. Get out of here. No. There ain't nobody asking for that. That little group of morons on Twitter asking you for that. And by the way, they've given you that and they haven't sold. So I don't know what you're talking about. Like, if you don't get, man. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. I'll talk to y'all a little bit later.
Let's go. Hey. Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby.